It's December, and that means a fresh track and field season. The Jayhawks open up their 2016-17 campaign in Anschutz Sports Pavilion for the first indoor meet of the year. Let's start strong the way the Jayhawks started strong in men's high jump with junior standout Kai Shawn.
It is still the first meet of the year, and so you don't usually see a lot of PRs, but Kai Shawn wasted no time. He automatically went over 7-1, looked easy for him, and that is his PR, so that's pretty big to clear that. But he did also get the crowd pumped up for 7-2. He had a few very solid attempts at 7-2. He ends up at 7-1, but he still takes first place, and he's going to hit some higher bars this year.
Let's talk about another standout. It's Sydney Conley, who missed all of 2015-16 with an injury. What more can you say about her?
Syd the Kid is back. She's at the top of the NCAA with that one, and a new PR for her, so the sky's the limit.
Let's go to men's shotput, a throw team that is going to be really deep and dominant for KU this season. Mitch Cooper won the weight throw early in the day. In the shotput, he finishes third, but behind two of his teammates.
Kenny Boyer obviously is seasoned now. He is a senior, and he starts his senior campaign off strong, throwing 52 feet on the evening, and he's barely behind the leader, Brandon Lombardino.
Brandon Lombardino adds some depth to this team, and 2016 indoor national qualifier Nikolai Seban didn't even compete in this. On to another team that's had some consistent and dominant performances in the last couple years. Nick Meyer in the men's pole vault unit. Meyer, one of the most consistent vaulters. He struggled a little bit on the lower heights, but he and Jake Albright combined for a pretty good night.
This men's pole vault unit is one of the best on the team. They do really well because they compete against each other. They both cleared 17-1, but Jake Albright, he was a Big 12 champion last year, and he looked in season form.
Speaking of in-season form, both the men's and women's 4x400 relay teams look like they were ready for the spring. The stars were out. Strymar Livingston, Adriana Newell, Nicole Montgomery all made big names for themselves last season, and they started on the right foot this year. Adriana Newell starts things off for the women, but in the third leg, it's Whitney Adams that proves she's still on top of the 400-meter world.
Whitney Adams is the tiny dynamite. She is a solid foundation for this team. She hands off to Nicole Montgomery, extends the lead. Nicole Montgomery, the sophomore sensation, brings it home for the Jayhawks. They set a facility record that's almost a second faster than the previous record.
And this is a 4x400 team that will make some noise come spring. Now the men, you can't sleep on them either. Starting things off for them, Ivan Henry handing off to Cody Johnson in the second leg. Now Johnson lost a little ground to Oral Roberts, but the story of the night was Strymar Livingston in the third.
Strymar Livingston used Oral Roberts, Israel Nelson, in the first lap to pace it, but he immediately passes him right after that, finishes off strong, hands off to Jerron Hartley. Jerron Hartley showed some toughness on the backstretch. He brings it home for the Jayhawks, the last win of the evening.